Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Stephen Choi. This is Trading with Livevol. My name is Stephen, like I said, sorry. I've been on for a few days, and looks like I actually forgot the intro. But basically, this is where I trade my real Reg T account, and I use LVX to do it. So let's go to my account. Looks like I'm up a little bit today, or actually pretty flat. So it's pretty mixed, most of the stuff that I'm doing. Let's actually go to the ones that that actually have on, and I think I put this on, but you guys didn't see it. So I bought this in IGT. So IGT is possibly in talks to get bought out. I went in and bought this, and I was going to try to sell these for 50 cents, but I missed them yesterday, and now it doesn't look like I'm going to get them off. So as you guys know, you guys know how I like selling the front month to finance my back month. This one didn't work out as well. I just see this. Let me actually see what this is. So Excel. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of selling on these October 18 calls. There were a bunch of buying these October 19 and 20 calls. Now it looks like they're selling the October 18 calls, and I think yesterday they were selling the October 17 calls. So maybe this deal price isn't going to be as high as maybe people think. But let me see if there is. Yeah, so 10,000 of these, and then yeah, 4,000 of these. So basically, I'll see how it goes. I might end up not keeping them. I'm 50-50 on it right now. I thought it might go higher, but you know, it's a lot of cash to be tying up. So it's almost like 15 grand of capital that I'm actually in on the calls. So it's kind of risky. So I'm kind of re-advising it. The other one is MNKD. So as you guys know, I have basically these calls, and I'm trying to finance it by selling the front month every week options. So far it's worked out pretty awesome, knock on wood. But every week I'm just basically going to sell these front month options. So right now, after the first week, I essentially bought these for 150. So I'm selling these again. So after this week, essentially, maybe I might have bought these for maybe $1.20 or something, or $1.10. And then every week, subsequent week, I'm basically owning these for free. If you look at my trading, you'll see that I'm positive theta and positive gamma. Let me actually show you where that. So in Mankind, you see this $400. I'm collecting $400 a day, and that essentially is financing all these other premiums that I bought, basically taking my shot. So as you guys know, I like to kind of get my premium, and then I'll try to use that premium to basically make bets on the upside, and that's kind of what I'm doing with Mankind. So what's going to happen on Friday, hopefully the stock stays around here, and I'll roll out of these and maybe roll into these, the June 10.5s, or I might roll into the 11s, right? So as this, my whole idea is that Mankind is going to kind of drift up to the $13 range before the PDUFA date on July 15th. And I want to basically own the 10s, and I'm going to keep selling the higher and higher strike and keep rolling it up week after week. And I still have not made up my mind on whether I want to keep this to the PDUFA. So even though I have these options, right, that are July 10 calls, 120 times, I actually right now it's a toss-up whether I'm going to keep this through the July 15th. So after July 11th, I might actually just decide to close this out, collect my, if everything goes well, collect around 15 grand in decay, and just call it a day, and then try to find other opportunities. But the more and more I read about mankind, I'm kind of getting this feeling that mankind will, everyone who's writing articles basically is a short even after the positive announcement. So even if they get approval, people think that's the time to short just because they believe it's a difficult thing for mankind to kind of realize those profits. It's kind of what I was thinking as well, which is why I didn't want to keep these calls. But the more I read it, maybe I'm missing something, right? Let me actually. So this company got bought out for pretty much $3.6 billion, and they are far less along in terms of their all the biochemical PDUFA dates than mankind, and they were pretty much taken out for $4 billion. It seems to me that there is a chance, and I'm going to do a little more research, but there is a chance that mankind could actually go way higher than people expect. And the fact that there's so many shorts waiting to short it after the PDUFA date even makes me more bullish, just because I'm not really, it's like I like to bet against that, just because usually things that people expect doesn't happen. And if there are that many shorts, and there are more people waiting on the sideline to short the stock right after the announcement. So let's say the announcement happens, people start shorting it, right? And the mankind drops a little, but then the buying comes in. This could really have a massive short squeeze. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to lean right now. I like this strategy, so I'm going to keep it. So basically what's going to happen is once these expire on Friday, I'm going to sell the June 27 calls, and I'm going to keep doing that week after week. And you can see the sigmas here, which is the volatility each month. You see how this is 91, 102, 104, 110, and the July's is 145 because they're expecting the news to hit on July 19th expiration month options, right? So that's where we at on that. The other ones are kind of just closing. I'm still trying to close this Hillshire with, little luck, but I'm trying to close it. EM, I'm pretty much closed, except I have this straddle, and I sold this straddle just because I felt like it wasn't going to move too much this week, and it seemed like a lot of the options order flow was just selling calls and puts. I closed out of Tesla, which is good because it's been up like, I don't know, like $30. So I closed it out for like $1,000 loss yesterday, but it's good because it was at a point where I was going to lose like another $2,000 today if I didn't close it. Hilton was kind of a bad bet, and I made it worse by like trading these. So now it's a lot simple. So I just have a 50 lot of those. And that's about it. I actually cannot do too much more trading. I closed a lot of stuff out just because I'm already maxed out on most of my cash. Let's actually go to the earnings report. There hasn't been that many, but there were, there's a couple that I think people are interested in. Adobe. So Adobe is at the 78th percentile. If you look at it, the biggest trade is the 1/2. Let me actually see what that is. ADBE. Mhm. Yeah. Okay, so basically this guy is saying he is willing to buy calls, but he doesn't think it's going to go above 72, right? So he's going to willing to do buy the June, June 70, 72 and a half, 1 by 2. Right, for like even. But it looks like right now you have to pay to do that trade. So I don't know if you guys feel brave, but you guys can do that. Basically, the options are implying a 6.2% move. It's moved 7.2% the last 4 earnings. So that's that. FDX. Looks like it's at the 15th percentile. Doesn't look like people are really expecting it to move. Expecting a 2.9% move on the options. 1.7% is what it really moved. And all these orders are pretty much neutral. Red Hat. A lot of call selling here. June. Yeah, so it looks like everyone's selling these 52 and a halves, expecting a 8.5% move on the options. It's moved 8.4%. Let's actually see the chart. Yeah, so they're selling these. If you look at it, looks like these were buying. And then they started selling. $190, then somebody was buying. So I think it's both buying and selling. But here you go. That's Red Hat expecting an 8.5% move. That's what the options are implying. Moved actually 8.4%. So yeah, that's about it. Looks like I'm down a little bit more now. Yeah, so you know, I'll see how it goes. I've been on a good trend lately, so I'm gonna knock on wood and hope to continue. This IGT, I'm still trying to figure it out. I think they might get a higher bid, but it might take a while to consummate. So I'm not like super thrilled. Basically, I lost 15 cents 50 times. So 750 bucks is what I'm down on this trade. Maybe if IGT makes goes up a little, maybe I'll sell some. But right now, I'm just gonna stay put and try to figure out what to do. Because right now, I don't have a great plan yet in terms of what exactly to do. But other than that, hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Oh, by the way, almost completely forgot this topic. So this morning, I don't know if you guys saw this, but a study has stirred startling numbers of insider trading rogues. So basically what this is implying is that 25%, they did this study in New York University from 1996 to 2012, and they're implying that 25% of the takeovers were basically, there was suspicious activity and probably people played options ahead of that speculation. So I know a lot of you guys who trade options, it is exactly why professionals always look at order flow to decide what's going on. So let's see if I can actually find an example. That's why I kind of look at these high option volumes and high call volumes, order flow, out of the money, to kind of make my, oh, I remember. So this one I was looking at, I don't know really too much about it, but basically people are just buying a ton of calls in the stock, right? And the stock has pretty much gone up, right? So if you for those of you guys who kind of are trying to figure out like why do I need to understand order flow, why do I need to understand like how people bet, just to take that as a variable in terms of making my assessment on a stock, is exactly the same reason why they did that report. Now to me that published report, that 25%, that's probably too low. It's probably even higher than that. It's pretty obvious when somebody actually acts on something that is very unusual. And as for me, somebody who traded options for a very long time, people just don't make those kind of bets unless you actually know something. If you are somebody who makes those kind of bets randomly, well, basically you're not going to have too long of a trading career, right? So to me, it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. There's probably a lot of that stuff going around. And I'm not saying like, hey, look, they're going to fix it anytime soon. I think it's foolish to think that the SEC and the market itself is going to figure out and punish those, and there's not going to be any insider trading. I'm sure there's been insider trading since there's been the stock market, right? It's just natural. Humans' tendency is to act on insider information, and the greed will always overcome the risk for most people. So, or for many people. So, in my opinion, you need to understand these order flow very well, which is why I have this ticker up, right? Because I want to know when any of these big block trades happen, and when I see some unusual activity, I'm going to go in there and see what's going on, right? So, as you guys can see, the order flow information is super important, and even though like there's nothing that much that's going to be done about it in any time in the near future, you can at least benefit by seeing the order flow. And basically, if you want to bet with, you can bet with, but not bet against either if you have some other opinion. So it's really important that you guys understand that these large block trades, they're not like there's no intelligence behind it. There's a lot of thinking and thought behind these trades, and some of them are actually trades that people know are going to be absolute winners. So, you know, knowing that, I would say don't be discouraged because there are people who do that kind of stuff and cheat. But I think what you can do is be a good detective and try to use that option order flow as part of your decision-making process to try to make more money. So that's about it. Hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you guys, talk to you guys tomorrow.